Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Sunday 31 of July. Everything is off of the mark right now and I'm already ready to actually bring the Bitcoin update at the moment. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the alts party for the pills that you just saw on the thumbnail, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about different altcoins that are requested by so many people. So we still have this popular list right now. These are the most popular requested coin all the time. Some of them are pretty much done before and we're continuing the same. So Ethereum, Solana, Luna 2.0, Bond, QNT, we have Matic, SOP, OP, SHIB, Cardano. I love how the rhythm goes on. SOP, OP, Cardano. Wow, amazing. Anyway, we're going to kick off with Bitcoin, move to Luna Classic as well. I don't know why the hell I didn't actually bring Luna Classic as well. So here we are. So Luna Classic, okay? That's red hot at the moment, really red hot. Okay, Bitcoin, the king. It starts from the king and goes down to the prince and the princesses and the princesses' kids as well, and then their granddaughters as well. So let's dive into the granddaddy of them all. Number one, when we talk about Bitcoin, we really need to understand where Bitcoin have to move to in order for us to understand every other single major altcoins right there. The number one thing that I want to talk about is the 4-hour time frame, and let's see what happened yesterday, and let's have a recap of what happened yesterday. And possibly some people are saying it's a bull flag or something, which I don't really think that we had any bull flag at the moment. That's just my take about it. But I'm going to tell you something very, very important, okay? 2-3 things in this video for Bitcoin that is really important before we move on to the next coins as well. So we had the diamond top, okay? Frustration builds in when people say that, oh no, the diamond tops are supposed to go down and this and that, even though it's clearly mentioned that it had 8 hours. When I was making that diamond top, we had 8 hours to make the decision. The decision actually didn't pop to the downside. The decision pop to the upside. And as a matter of fact, if you actually take this diamond top from the top to the bottom, the technical target is already met. So if you do bring this one right here, you actually went to the technical target and you met the technical target like a boss. And then you got a bearish engulfing candlestick. So this is a reversal to the downside at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So that is pretty much enough to tell you that Bitcoin is about to make a correction, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to give you some of the reasons. Two reasons actually why Bitcoin is actually going to go down to make that correction. So we have the bearish engulfing out of the way, right? We have the bearish engulfing out of the way. Number one reason is going to be the 1-hour time frame EMA. So let's bring in the EMAs. And if you look at the 1-hour time frame EMAs, ever since down here in 27th of July, today is 31 July, you have never ever really came down to backtest the 55 EMA and actually even lose it. So what my take really is, the 1 hour is enough, it's just an enough future predictor to tell you that the EMAs are about to make the 1 hour bearish cross, which is going to be the 10, the 55, and the 20 crossing one another. And this is just a very small dump to the downside, potentially a bear flag as well in the making. And we're about to see Bitcoin actually perhaps move from there to there. And we can see the correction coming down to this level, which is going to be down at $22,819. But if I actually do bring the fib retracement, I do like the fib retracement technical targets way more better because they give us almost a better support level at the moment. But what my take really is, even if we don't bring the fib retracement, is that I have this feeling that it's just a feeling that you should be coming down to this level and make a trend line. So you have the touch here, you're going to get the second touch right there, make the trend line, and you have another third touch right over here. And that's actually what I do look for Bitcoin. But let's actually bring in the Fibonacci retracement. So from the bottom here to the top, let's place it right there, and we're looking for Bitcoin to basically coming down to $22,130 level. Okay, so let's actually remove all these things and let's go to reason number 2 that you are looking to actually go down at the moment. So in order for me to tell you the second reason, let's dive into the weekly. And I'm going to actually turn on the weekly EMA. We've talked about the 1 hour EMA, and let's talk about the weekly EMA. So where did you go and find your head being hit right now? So you actually hit your head at the 10 EMA. Okay, so be very, very careful. Okay, on a monthly time frame, we do have three black crows as well, and that's going to be a huge, huge trouble moving forward. It can be, and I'm thinking that if not in August, then potentially in October. Is it, what comes after August? By the way, September. Yeah, September. So September, in September, yeah, you might get a dump, or maybe perhaps in the middle of August, or anytime in August, or anytime in September max. This should actually continue to go to the downside. There's a lot of reason Bitcoin can still go to 13,000, which I'm not going to get into right now. But what I want to tell you though is that this weekend retracement, and potentially Monday, could be the icing on the cake of the retracement. So today, Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. Saturday still ended in a red candle, by the way. We still had a red candle on a Saturday, so that was pretty much a not. I'm not going to say it was a crash or a dump, but just a red closing, barely red closing, okay, just to make it up for the name to live up to its hype, which is going to be Saturday dumpy days, okay. So we had the red closing. Today's Sunday. How are you going to close today? Tomorrow is Monday. Perhaps on Monday we can have a little bit of that down retracement, a wick to the downside, maybe back to 22,000. And I do have this prediction that you're going to actually move up to this 20 EMA, which is 29,000 or 28,000. The reason is going to be very simple. We do have technical targets to the upside for Ethereum, which I'm actually about to talk about in the next coming session in this video after Luna Classic. Ethereum has a technical target to the upside. What else has a technical target? Luna 2.0 is a falling wedge. Matic has some sort of a retracement coming in. SOP has an inverse head and shoulder. OP has another bullish pattern. SHIB has a inverse head and shoulder. Cardano has some bullish pattern as well. Cardano is moving sideways, which I'm going to talk about. So stick till the end of the video to know about all of these coins right now. So basically, what I'm trying to say is Bitcoin can actually still continue to move particularly higher. And that's it for this Bitcoin part right now. Let's see the retracement and the bearish cross of the 1 hour time frame. I do believe we're looking for Bitcoin to actually come to the sub 22,500 level, and then from here potentially by Tuesday go back up. So let's move to Luna Classic at the moment, and let's talk about Luna Classic. Alrighty, so Luna Classic, the coin that is not making any moves right now. I'm actually going to open up the Binance chart so that we can get better analysis right now. So in my opinion, Luna Classic is applying some breaks at the moment, okay? You are actually finding some little bit of a break. So last time you make an inverted hammer right over there, right, on a weekly time frame, and right now you're making another doji. So when you're actually climbing up like this, and then you come down, and then you start to make dojis, start again to make doji, the selling pressure is actually falling off, okay? The selling pressure is a little bit off. But that actually still doesn't mean that you cannot fall to the downside. But once again, I talked about the inverse head and shoulder previously, so let's dive into the 4-hour time frame as well. And the yesterday video was really crazy with me talking about how I had a dream that, Luna Classic can actually look to go down. So if you've seen Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is looking to correct a little bit. So we might even see Luna Classic itself to correct to the downside as well. But really what is there for me to mention is this left shoulder, this head, and the right shoulder, okay? And the neckline. So these are three things that I'm looking forward to, and you must be coming up here, break this level, come for the retest, hold the freaking retest, and then you move higher. The technical target still remains up here to this level, which is going to be 11629. What I want to figure out is what's the time that it's going to take for Luna Classic to basically make that decision coming in. So if I do bring in this trend line a little bit, you do have time until 4th of August, okay? That's the maximum time to really make a decision on what you're going to do. Okay, you might even still make a different pattern, try to come down here a little bit to 9558 again, and the trend line is going to be something like this once again. But that we're going to check into that if that happens anyway. But at the moment, if this is a trend line that we're looking for because of this touch right here, one right over there, and then one right over here as well, then we're looking for that apex to come by 4th of August. And then in here, we're going to get to know if you can actually break to the upside and then continue higher, which my take is now sort of like maybe to the upside. I don't know. The reason why I don't know is because when we're going to break, we're going to break, and then we're going to talk about the higher movement. Because remember, keep in mind, you do have a technical target of this descending triangle as well. So let's bring in the descending triangle. So from there to there, went to the downside, and then from here to here, another sideways movement. So I'm going to bring in the trend line again. This is where you broke out of the descending triangle, and this is the technical target that was never really met. So that's like 7,534. Okay, just because you have an inverse head and shoulder, that doesn't really mean that you're bullish and you're going to start moving higher. Okay, the only way to move higher, break the neckline, come for the retest, hold the retest, then we're probably going to move higher, and then this all scenario to come down to 7,500 gets out of the water, and that's done. Okay, so that's it for this Luna Classic. Let's go to Ethereum. All right, we're a little bit overextended with Ethereum right now, so let me bring in the EMAs and look at the EMAs. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, we're about to get the 10 and the 20 to cross one another. Okay, so there's a good chance that you make the 10 and the 20 cross, which hasn't happened just yet. Bitcoin is looking to retrace, so I do expect one certain level here to come down to, and that is going to be the 55, maybe just a little bit touch down to 1577, and then from here start to pick up. Keep in mind that Ethereum is still looking to come up to $2,500, which is actually going to be the technical target again from the bump and run pattern. Okay, so this was what was happening previously. It came down like this, move sideways, bump and run. Okay, run to $2,500 all the way upside there. So it is what it is, and you can see we already have the bullish cross on the 4-hour time frame. So my take really is that you started off, came up, came down, fall back to the EMAs, went up again impulsively, came back to the EMAs, you went up again, maybe come back to the EMAs, and then continue like this on a wavy journey all the way up until you don't reach $2,500. Maybe potentially in August, somewhere in August, you're going to see this happening, and that's why I say that Bitcoin potentially has to move to $2,800, right? If it's going to move to $2,800, it makes sense for Ethereum to actually push all the way to $2,500. We've seen Ethereum popping to the upside, but we haven't seen Bitcoin moving yet, which tells me Bitcoin can move. Now, back to Ethereum, is that Ethereum, we might just see that 55 EMA backtesting, and let's actually bring one more support level right over here. Maybe perhaps you might be looking for this trend line. Okay, so that's a trend line where you had the touch right over there, the second touch, third touch, fourth one, fifth one, broke to the upside, maybe come back for this retest, 1620, maybe a little bit to 1500, and then make a wick down, and then from there it's all the way to $2,500. The journey still is going to continue to the upside. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to lose $1,357. If you lose $1,357, then you're coming back inside that bump and run neckline, and that actually gets terminated. Everything goes to waste, okay? Now, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Solana. All right, I did talk about Solana yesterday, and it seems like Solana is making an amazing pattern right now. So we do have an inverse head and shoulder. We have a break of the ascending triangle as well. So that's actually quite bullish. Okay, this is looking to actually go up to $62, and I've talked about Solana in yesterday's video that you had this moving ascending triangle right here. You might even come down a little bit. If Bitcoin actually decides to go down, we might see this one coming down, but I highly doubt. You're making some very bullish pattern right now for Solana at the moment, and there's a good chance that you look for Solana to go from there to there to $62, and that's going to be a price appreciation from this point to that point, like a 39% move to the upside. And one more thing that I want to point out after the ascending triangle on the daily is that you do have the break of this inverse head and shoulder as well. So this was the left shoulder, the head here, the right shoulder right over there. And I do think it's right at the neckline. So this actually does make it a nice, good investing opportunity perhaps, or maybe just come down a little bit to $42.82 as well. But keep in mind, I do think that these three black rows and the green candle that you saw is known as a bearish three-line strike, and it actually means that the pattern is bearish and it's going to continue way more to the downside. So I just gotta wait for Bitcoin to retrace. In my opinion, this can even come down just because of the retracement back to 37.7, and that could be an amazing entry opportunity again before it doesn't move to the upside. So keep a huge stop loss down at 34.6, and 34.6 shouldn't be taken. That's the morning star as well. And if you do come to 34.65, I do think you're going to have deeper retracement down, maybe to $25 as well. That's it for this Ethereum. So it's not Ethereum, man, Solana. All right, let's move on to the next coin, Luna. Damn, Luna has a lot of things going on. Luna Classic, Luna 2.0, and everything. All right, so here's another preview. Yesterday, I did even talk about this one. We are still making a bullish pattern known as a falling wedge. It's just in the making. There's a lot of time that it's going to take. You had this movement to the downside here. That's the first touch. Went to the upside. That's the second touch. To the downside again, to the upside, to the downside, to the upside, and again you're looking to actually come down perhaps to 1.6255, and then again move up, come down, move to the sideways, and then you have until maybe perhaps to 22 of August. Anytime before 22nd of August, you're going to pop to the upside. And let me tell you, when you pop to the upside, this is your technical target, 3.13. Now imagine if someone actually ends up buying at this level and selling at that level. We're looking for 93% pump to the upside. And that's beautiful, very beautiful setup at the moment. But we need to wait for the breakout. I do believe that the way you see the wicks here, the wicks there, we might have another wick coming down again just to liquidate the people who are trying to, probably like long this thing, take the stop losses, short, liquidate people, and then move up to that price target as well. So let's see what's going to happen, man. I'm going to keep an eye on this one as well. Amazing setup, in my opinion, if it does break out. So let's talk about the next coin, which is going to be Bond, right? So Bond crypto. Damn, this is actually making some fire movement. So let's continue on with the Bond updates at the moment. So previously, the technical journey is in continuation mode. Okay, so we actually, here's a quick preview. You went to the downside, make the bear flag, break the bear flag, and you're coming down to the $5.555 level, right? So this at the moment, in my opinion, is a technical journey that has to be met. Okay, if you don't meet this journey, the only way to perhaps invalidate this journey to go downside, I think you must come back to $14, backtest $14, and that there could be a chance of actually moving higher from this point as well, because you're going to be breaking the flag. And if you do break the flag, then that's amazing to continue higher. So there's nothing pretty much to talk about. I'm just going to leave it as a simple laid off update, because nothing is required more than that. You're just looking for this technical target, simple put, because you've been overextended. The rally was to the upside for so many days, and you're just cooling off. Come down to $5, perhaps could be a nice entry, maybe back up to 7.4, and who knows, continue downwards or continue higher. You never know what's going to happen. But let's see if it can actually hold the $5.55 on the fib retracements as well. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is going to be QNT. Right, here we are, and QNT. So I'm actually going to dive into the daily, and I'm pretty sure that previously I talked about the dam on top on the daily time frame. So here we are, and let's actually remove that yellow box right over there. And I actually talked about how you are making this dam on top here, and you're looking to move to the downside. You previously had this some sort of a descending broadening wedge that actually broke out, and the technical target was met up here to 86.7. You actually got overextended as well, made the dam on top, came to the downside, retraced, and now you're moving up impulsively again. All right. But now you've already made a doji right over there. Do you see that? So there's a doji at the moment, and this doji is a decisive candle that actually can mean that you're looking for a retracement perhaps. And if today you do come down here to this level, which is going to be $103, then you're making in an evening star as well. So from here, you might actually try to cool off a little bit if, again, Bitcoin actually tries to cool off. And it's going to backtest the EMAs, because you are far away from the EMAs. My take is actually, maybe come down and backtest the 55, but who knows? You can actually be so bullish and continue to the upside. The last time, okay, there's a very clear bull flag at the moment. So the lower you can actually come is to the 102 level, and maybe just a little bit down to the 20 EMA, $96, and then from here make a sideways movement and continue higher. I'm just going to remove all the drawings right now, and let me just show you this resistance that you must be breaking out of. So that's the resistance at the moment. If you want to continue higher, you must break this resistance at $106. Come up here, don't end up with the wicks, come down for the retest, hold the retest, and we're good to go to continue higher. At the moment, it is a resistance, and I always say this whenever you invest, ask yourself the question, are you buying right at the resistance? Then don't do it, right? Don't do it. Resistance are for selling and supporter for buying level. And that's it for this one. Let's move on to the next one, Matic. All right, we're just making Matic movements right now, but it doesn't seem that it wants to correct to the downside, man. This is so super weird at the moment, and you are breaking. You're making some few dojis at the moment, and this is gonna be here. So let's actually zoom in into the daily number one, and let's remove some of the drawings. Let me remove actually every single drawing right now. And let's dive in into the 4 hour time frame. I'm just wondering what the hell are we trying to do at this point of time for Matic? So here we are, and it seems like inverted and shoulders are probably being made on so many different levels. But what I'm going to do is bring this particular support that Matic is actually holding right now, and we might be looking for Matic to actually come up to this level. It's going to be from there to there. You're breaking out of this level, and you perhaps are looking for 1.1856 dollars and continue up here. So that's going to be like a move from there to there, up here to 27% move to the upside. But you actually want to put a stop loss at zero point 0.9, because if you do come down and take 0.9, because if you zoom in here, you're really not losing this level in quite a long time. You ended up with the wicks multiple time to the downside. Now I do expect if you do come to take this level, you might actually come down and make that deeper retracement to the downside. It's really overextended, and I still have hopes for the retest of the trend line. You can even make another resistance that is actually being met. They always give you some key levels to look forward to. So there are two key levels right now at the moment, and that's going to be number one, this one down here, the influence down here, and then you have the influence up here. This is the second key level that you really have to break to continue. So safe zone is actually to break the second key level, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much coming up to the $1.18. So let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be SOP. So SOP. Now SOP is looking pretty good, still looking pretty good, pretty damn good. It's only that it's not still breaking the neckline. We really need SOP to break the neckline. Yesterday again we talked about it, and you have this left shoulder, the head here, right shoulder. It's so damn beautiful. But the problem really is that the neckline is still not being broken. And you can see it's getting rejected at the moment. It's trying to actually backtest the neckline, still getting rejected. Backtesting the neckline, still getting rejected. And that's not something really good, okay? That's not amazing. All you want to do for SOP now is to backtest this level, come down for the retest, and then you're good to go to 539. Who knows? After this retracement, we could actually just make a very small retracement to 425, come up here again during the weekdays, which is a good day to trade, and then move up here to that price level by first week of next month, probably, which is going to start in a few hours right now. We do have like 16 more hours to open up August. So we're going to see how that one goes. So at the moment, it's all suspense, but I do reckon that SOP shouldn't come below 416. If you do come below 416, that's going to be invalidating this inverse head and shoulder all in all. And then you're going to be creating something very, very different and weird, but that's not going to be a bullish pattern at all. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. So let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be OP, which is at the moment like, this coin is going to be my darling favorite coin in the next coming few days at the moment. I'm really keeping an eye on this one, really keeping an eye on it. So you've been overextended, you've pushed to the moon, you've really gone high, but it actually hits every single damn thing you need in a coin to trade. Okay, so number one, I talked about this saucer bottom, and this is where you're breaking out. It needs the retest down here at the nearly $1.3, and then you're looking, if you do backtest successfully, the technical target is up here to $4.3, right? This coin is so damn good in every single damn angle. It just needs a successful damn retest, and we're about to actually take off, literally take off. Number one, you have three white soldiers, okay? Number two, you have the saucer bottom here, which is a bullish pattern and a reversal pattern to go to the upside. Number two, you have amazing volume. Look at that volume. Amazing, amazing volume, which you never even pretty much you never had it before. Volume breakout, resistance breakout as well. Come for the retest, and that's amazing. Okay, the volume is check. The next thing to talk about it is going to be the monthly time frame. So look at it. Bullish engulfing candlestick. You're making the bullish engulfing candlestick, and that actually means on a monthly, it's freaking damn bullish, and it can actually go to 4.3 on a monthly time frame. It's amazing. All it freaking needs is a retest. Okay, and we're pretty much now putting an evening star right now, and I do expect in the next coming few days you can actually retrace for the next 2 3 days, come down here, maybe on the third day, fourth day, start to reverse a little bit, and then take off, move up to that technical target. I'm looking to actually take this trade anyway. So let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be SHIB. So let's talk about SHIB. Alrighty, SHIB. SHIB is looking beautiful, okay? SHIB is looking damn beautiful, but at the moment, I don't know what Bitcoin is about to do. If Bitcoin actually looks to retrace really to the downside that much, then we have a little bit of room for SHIB to basically come down to this level, which is going to be 1113, and then backtest the 1113, and you're good to go to 1700. And the reason of going to 1700 is going to be, again, the left shoulder, the head here, and the right shoulder. It's been taking quite a long time right now to move higher. That's the issue. But the thing is that you're still looking good. And I will say one stop loss is going to be placed at 1026. So that's going to be like almost a drop off from there to there. That's going to be 14%, which is ugly. But the thing is that if you do take out this level, then I do reckon that that's going to be a huge problem. And even bigger problem is when you actually take out the 954. If you take out 954, you are invalidating the whole right shoulder, and this inverted end shoulder gets cancelled and you go down. Simple put. So that's for this SHIB. It has broken out. There could be a room for retracement, but at the moment it's actually on a technical journey to go to 1700. Okay, as long as you're above this head and shoulder, inverted and shoulder, you're actually looking to come up here to this level. So let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be Cardano. Oh yeah, so Cardano, finally we broke out. Finally, damn, the Cardano has already broken out of this place. So you are looking for Cardano to finally move, and it's gonna move, and we're looking for this price to come up here for a 23% move to the upside as well. So that's amazing. That's looking pretty amazing. 22% is already sitting on the table. This was the sideways movement that I've been talking about, that you need to break up, down, up, come down, up again, break the level, come up here. That will be really, really amazing. Okay, so this has finally broken out, and we're looking to actually come up to $2.3. That's simple put. So let me actually dive into the 4-hour time frame, and let's see the smaller time frame and how they look like right now at the moment. So you've already made the breakout pretty much, and here's the retest, backtest successfully. So in my opinion, if you do come down and take out 1.72, which can actually be a loss of nearly from there to there, we're talking about 6% move to the downside, then you're again going to be falling down into the trap. But I highly doubt you're going to do that. This looks pretty amazing to continue to $2.3. So let's move on to the last coin, which is going to be Cardano. Traders' favorite coin is going to be Cardano, right? So yesterday I did talk about this pattern here, which was actually a right angle descending broadening wedge. You haven't met the technical target just yet, which is going to be 0.5708. So you actually went down, came up, went down, came up, breakout, come down for the retest, and you're looking to come up here. So it's pretty much doing something that I wanted to do, and that is going to be a wavy journey. Okay, so keep in mind you don't want to lose this level, which is going to be down here at 0.5. If you actually come down to 0.5 and take 0.5 out of the equation, then you're going to be making a fake out, and maybe come down again to this level and finally break to the upside, and you're gonna have even higher targets. But at the moment, it should somehow come up to 5708, and that sums it up for this altcoin party. Do let me know if you want any coin you want me to talk about. Drop the name of the coin in the comment section, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.